Now, recently I reviewed the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5. It's a 14-inch 2-in-1 convertible running AMD's Ryzen 5 processor. I came away extremely impressed, especially for the price to performance ratio. I think you got a lot of bang for the buck in that 2-in-1. And I was really excited when Xiaomi announced the RedmiBook 16. So I decided I'm going to import it from China, convert it to English, and see what it's made of. This is running AMD's Ryzen 7 processor. The model I have has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and I'm expecting good things out of the performance. Now, I had to pay a little bit of a premium to import it, of course, so it wasn't cheap. And it does have a couple of compromises that may be deal breakers for some. We're going to find out exactly what those are. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and first look at Xiaomi's all-new RedmiBook 16, all new for 2020. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell? This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. And make sure you follow me on the social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. It's over there where I'll post a lot of the updates. And of course, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Xiaomi. I'm not being sponsored by Xiaomi. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. This unit was purchased with my own money. I did not receive a review unit from Xiaomi. Now, of course, this unit really is meant for the Chinese market, although you can import it like I did from GearBest. It starts at $699. That gets you the Ryzen 5 version, or you can go to the $849.99 version, and that's the Ryzen 7. That's the one that I bought. And with that out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Now, one thing you'll notice is the packaging is not quite as nice as the Mi Notebook Pro that we saw the last couple of years. This is a little bit more scaled down, of course. Inside the box is a USB-C cable, an adapter for the US, although you don't need it because this is a US adapter in the box already there. Now, you get some documentation, and it's all in Chinese. Now, as far as the unit itself is concerned, it looks pretty premium. It feels pretty premium so far. I'm really impressed with it, with its all-metal build. And just like the Mi Notebook Pro, it has a very solid feel in the hand. It's really premium in terms of build construction. And that's thanks to the all-metal design. Now, there is some Redmi branding on the top lid. It also says designed by Xiaomi. Other than that, it's been pretty minimal in terms of the branding. Now, to put the size into perspective, here it is with the MacBook Pro 16. As you can see, they're very similar in size, although it is a little bit longer. This is a 16:9 aspect ratio as opposed to the MacBook Pro 16's 16:10 aspect ratio, but very similar in terms of the footprint. And here it is with the Dell XPS 15 9500. Again, a little bit longer, again, due to that 16:9 aspect ratio. Remember, the Dell XPS 15 also has a 16:10 aspect ratio, just like the MacBook Pro 16. Okay, as we always do, let's check out the port selection. We'll start off on the left side where you get a USB-C 3.1 Gen 2 port that does data charge and display out. You get an HDMI port, you get a USB-A port, and you get a second USB-C port, although this one does data only. There's no display out and there's no charging on that second USB-C port. Moving over to the right side, you get a 3.5mm audio jack and another USB-A port. That's it. That's all the ports you get on this device. Unfortunately, there's no Thunderbolt 3 port. Since this is running an AMD Ryzen processor, those are not available to this chipset. Now, Xiaomi makes it pretty easy to access the inside of this laptop. You need to remove the T5 Torx screws, remove that middle foot. It's a rubber foot that actually has an adhesive. It actually will stick back on. Remove that screw and pop off the bottom plate, and you're in. Now, once inside, you'll notice that single fan, and it should do hopefully a decent job of cooling. We saw some pretty good cooling with the Ryzen processor in the review that I did of the Lenovo Flex 5 14-inch 2-in-1 convertible. I'll put the link below for those that didn't see it. Now, unfortunately, the RAM is soldered into the motherboard. You won't be able to upgrade that, but you will be able to upgrade the SSD. It is a SATA 3 SSD. Unfortunately, it's not the faster NVMe. Now, having said that, you get pretty decent reads and writes. We'll go over that more in depth, of course, in my full review. Now, the good news is the Wi-Fi card is upgradable, and you can upgrade to Wi-Fi 6 if you want. You could pick it up on eBay for around $10 to $15 or so. So that's a pretty good option for you to do. Now, as far as the heatsink, you see one heatsink pipe, and then of course you see the battery. Now, this is a 48 watt-hour battery, and I look forward to bringing you my battery tests in my full review. My guess is you'll get around 8 hours or so, but of course I won't know the final numbers until I do all my testing, so stay tuned for that. And for those wondering, yes, you can open the lid with one finger. Okay, let's talk about the keyboard, and so far I do like it. It has pretty decent key travel, really good tactile feedback. Now, the one big issue that I do have with it, there is no backlight on it. Unlike the Mi Notebook Pro, which has a backlit keyboard, this doesn't have it. And the reasoning, I guess, is they want to sell you that Mi Notebook Pro for you to go up to that higher tier to spend more money. I just think there's no excuse here in 2020 for a laptop over $500 not to have a backlit keyboard. Now, as far as the Precision touchpad is concerned, it's actually working pretty well. It's a nicely sized touchpad, pretty responsive. Two-finger scrolling is working well. All the Windows 10 gestures are working as advertised. Now, as far as the audio is concerned, it has bottom-facing speakers, and they're actually sounding pretty good, have a decent volume, and there is even a hint of bass. We'll go over the sound test, of course, in my full review. Okay, let's talk about the display. What we're looking at here is a 16.1-inch IPS display with a 16:9 aspect ratio. Resolution is 1920 by 1080. And this is a pretty sharp display with really good blacks, really deep blacks, good contrast, and very vibrant colors. Although it's not the brightest display, coming in at 290 nits, it could stand to be a bit brighter. But the good news is it's not a glossy display. It has an anti-reflective coating on it, giving off a matte look. And I actually think this is a pretty nice display overall. I'll bring you all the numbers when I do my testing in my full review. Now, I like the fact that it has really thin bezels, giving off a really modern look. And one of the sacrifices, of course, with this laptop is that there is no webcam. Now, this is a double-edged sword, of course. On the one hand, we're in the COVID-19 pandemic, having a webcam is a must-have on a laptop nowadays. On the other hand, they're usually pretty crappy. So you take your pick. Now, I kind of think it's necessary and they should have included it at this price point, but we don't get one. I'm curious to know what you think about it. I want to know your opinion in the comment section below. But unfortunately, you don't get the webcam. Now, of course, this laptop is imported from China, so it comes with Windows 10 Home Chinese. But you're going to want to convert it to English. There's a very easy way to do it. There are a lot of different methods on it, of course. I won't go over it here, but there are plenty of videos out there that show you how to do it. Now, if you want to upgrade to Windows 10 Pro, I do have some good discounts from my sponsor, U2Key.com. Check out the link below to get those discounts. And I actually upgraded mine to Windows 10 Pro using one of the keys I got from U2Key.com. So check it out. They'll be in the description below. Now, of course, I'm looking forward to testing out that Ryzen 7 processor, see how it does in terms of the benchmark, see how the thermals work out on this laptop. I'm really impressed with the Ryzen 5, of course, that we saw with the Flex 5 from Lenovo. I'm expecting big things out of the Ryzen 7, and so far the early indications are that the benchmarks are looking good with this Ryzen 7. We're going to do some gaming on it. We're going to test the thermals, as I mentioned. We're going to look at video editing on this. We may even compare it to the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I don't know if that's a fair comparison or not, but we're going to give it a look. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you want to see with this laptop? The negatives I'm seeing so far, no backlight on the keyboard, and there's no webcam. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. So what do you think about this bad boy, the RedmiBook 16 from Xiaomi? It's an interesting laptop in the sense that it's an all-metal premium build, a really nice 16-inch display with very minimal bezels, but it does have two glaring omissions that make it hard for me to recommend at this point, although I am intrigued by it, of course. It doesn't have a backlit keyboard, and it doesn't have a webcam, and especially the latter, not having a webcam, might be the biggest issue of all, because right now we're in the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people are still working from home, and having that communications via the webcam is of utmost importance, and this doesn't have one. Now, like I said, it is a double-edged sword because a lot of the webcams you get on these kind of laptops are pretty crappy to begin with, so you might want to bring your own to the table, so to speak. So you may want to use your own webcam if you're going to get this. Now, of course, you have no choice since this doesn't have a webcam. Now, as far as the backlit keyboard, it would have been nice to have a backlit keyboard. I understand the reasoning, I guess, from Xiaomi, the fact that they want to sell you that Mi Notebook Pro, but at $500 plus in China, and of course importing it here in the United States for this model, you're looking at $850. This definitely has to have a backlit keyboard. So a little bit disappointed this doesn't have a backlight. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about the Xiaomi RedmiBook 16? Is it something you want to pick up? It's an interesting device to say the least, and I'm looking forward to testing out that Ryzen 7 processors, to test out the thermals, which is all looking pretty good so far. As far as the performance and the thermals are concerned. Battery life is going to be interesting since this does have a 48 watt-hour battery. I'm guessing around 8 hours or so, but again, nothing official here. I will have to put it through its paces and do all my battery tests, but I will bring you that, of course, in my full review, which is coming very soon. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.